Welcome back to the unit of inquiry class. So we have successfully completed the unit 1, that is who we are, and now we are going to enter into the second unit. So before starting the unit, it's not like last time where I'm going to give you ideas about what is it going to be. This time I'm going to show you a table. Actually it was set last year for the kids in grade 2 before. So now I'm going to show you the picture of the same table and you have to guess it. Okay, you have to guess the theme or the central idea. Okay, so now I'm going to show you that table. So as you can see the image, I have put two images here. So you have to guess the theme or the central idea here. So looking at the picture, I think it is very easy for you to guess the theme. Obviously, I need you to guess. Look at each and everything that is kept on the table. So I have zoomed the image and I have put that image also. So I think you would come up with it. So this table that I showed you is called as provocation table. So why the name is kept like that? What does that mean? Actually, what is provocation? Since you are in grade 2, you may find it difficult by using this word provocation. It's such a big word, but it's really a good word, I'll tell you. Provocation is nothing but it is to stir your thought, wonder, your engagement, curiosity and questions with you. Okay, so it's to trigger what is there inside your mind. Everything is inside our mind. The mind is a big place where we store many things. Understood? So to bring it out, we need to trigger it. We need to give some key to it. So the key is this provocation table. So once you look into that table or whatever it is, whenever any unit is started or whatever you see, you start thinking deeply, right? So here I have bought the meaning for provocation. So it's to eliminate questions, that is to trigger the question, to ask more and more of questions. When more and more of question is put to you, you really start to think. Okay, then to radiate your passion we have already discussed in the last unit. What is your passion? So to bring out that, intensify investigation. So what is investigation? Again, it is asking question. So my job is to ask question, you can also ask question. So when you tend to ask a lot of question, it means that you are an investigator, isn't it? You are an inquirer. So then it highlights your dreams, it heats up the prior knowledge. What do you mean by prior knowledge? That is the knowledge before, that is I check your knowledge before I start a unit. Even you don't know that I'm checking your knowledge, but I do give you a work. Okay, so to check whether you, how much of it you know already. So we all know something about something already, isn't it? So we know something already. It is not necessary that someone has to come and tell us. When someone talks to us about it, we get a full knowledge, and we read books, we refer internet, we ask our parents, teachers, friends, everybody. But before that, we too have some knowledge about it. So that is what is heating up your prior knowledge. Something you know that you are bringing it out. Then spark curiosities. Always you're curious, isn't it? Whenever the class is going to start, you're curious about what is going to happen today. So that curiosity. Ignite inquiries, the same, asking questions. And live in engagement, that is you become engaged in that, you become very busy in thinking what is it. Then brighten interest, you take interest in doing that. And switch on wonders. Everybody has got their own opinions about everything. So when you discuss it with your friends or family, you get many opinions, and that becomes wonder here. So it switches on wonders. You change topics and everything, you discuss on everything there, every possibilities. So this is the power of provocation. So that's why I showed you an image of what is the unit about. So I hope you have guessed what it is, and since you have guessed it right, I'm going into the unit. So the theme, as you guessed, it's right, how we express ourselves. So in the unit 1, the theme was who we are. So we were learning about who we are, what is our likes, dislikes, passion, goals, hobbies, interest, etc. So we have already known what is our interest and passion. Now we are going to express it out. So what are the ways we express ourselves? Do you think only by speaking I express myself? No, that's not the correct answer. I express myself through dance. Sometimes I express myself through song, or sometimes I write poems or write stories, all those. So you people too express yourself in different way, isn't it? So this unit is going to talk about how are we going to express ourselves, or how we used to express ourselves. So it is about this is an interesting topic where we are going to learn about different kinds of things. I'm not going to say what it is, we'll see next. So, the central idea, as you guessed somewhat right, is nothing but throughout history, people have interacted with each other and communicated using arts. So, throughout history, from the past, that is from before we were born, you were born, I was born, my parents were born, your parents were born, there were many people, isn't it? So, how do they used to communicate? Do you think language was there at that time? No, there was no language, okay? So they used to communicate using, actions, sign language, we can say. That was not a proper sign language that is used now, but there was some sign language. So people used to communicate in that way. People used symbols to communicate. People used music to communicate. So there are different forms of art that people use to speak to others, right? Speaking, what is communication? Communication is nothing but to share your ideas. You communicate by language, isn't it? So language is also there. So here in the image you can see there is a symbol of music. There are two paint brushes, one girl is dancing, and there are two faces with different emotions where one is happy and one is sad. So, and the title given to it is communication through various arts. So yes, we can communicate using different arts. So what is an art actually? As you saw in that image before, art is nothing but where we express ourselves. There are different forms of art. If you see, there is a dance, music, a painting, everything is there. So even if you take paintings, there are n number of different kinds of paintings. So everything speaks to us, okay? When you watch it carefully, it has got some message in it, isn't it? So that's why we perform those arts. So again, I'm reading the central idea for you. Throughout history, that is from olden days, people have interacted in the sense exchanged their information with each other and communicated using art. So how do people used to speak in olden days? Through art. So from then and there, we have been developing these art forms till now. We have carried those art forms with us till now. So they have passed the art forms to us, isn't it? The great grandfathers of ours have passed their artworks to us. So we should be very proud that in this world we have got n number, that is humongous number of art forms, and we know many kinds of art forms, and we too take interest in that. So that is how people used to communicate. So this is what we are going to learn. So we are going to learn definitely about different art forms. So in that, we have chosen three lines of inquiry that we will be learning. So before learning how people used to communicate, it is necessary that we should know what were the different art forms, isn't it? So that's where the first line of inquiry is ways people communicate through art. So what are the ways that people used to communicate? Like what art forms did they use actually? Well, sometimes we just say that there is drawing, there is painting, there is dancing, and sometimes we say drama, everything. So we only know few of the artworks, but listen to me carefully, there are many types of artworks around us, even we don't know, right? So some are there and some are not there, and some are to be developed. So it's our job to do that, isn't it? So before that, we have to know what are the different types of arts. So that is what we are going to learn. Then we will be learning about the role of arts in different cultures, places and time. Now we are in the state Tamil Nadu. So Tamil Nadu has got its own art form, isn't it? So if you say the classical dance, that is Bharatanatyam. So and if you see the temples in Tamil Nadu, it is different from other states in India, and different art forms that is used itself is different. So every state, every place in the world has got its own art form, right? So that all the things we will be learning. And the third thing that we will be learning is development of art forms over time. So from that olden day till now, how the same art has developed in the sense how it has grown, not in height, but what are the changes that has happened to the art. Now if you see in olden days, dance used to be in different form. Now there are different types of dances, western are there, folk is there, classical is there, many dances are there, and even some we don't know what is that. So we all will be discussing about all these art forms that is different from one another. So seriously, this unit is going to be very interesting because we are going to enjoy what we know, isn't it? So we are going to enjoy with the art forms we love, everything. So in this unit we have to make sure that we do communicate through arts. So in this picture, you can see the first one. There is it's a painting. So you can see a girl is holding two faces. So what does that mean? Actually, for me, I think that it is that she's telling that I change my emotion. That is, emotion is I change my feelings according to the situation. So that is what she's telling. You may wonder or you may think something else looking at that art. That is the work of art. Different people, when you look at the same art, have got different messages. You feel something different, I feel something different. So these are the different art forms that we'll be learning. Apart from this, there are also there, but since I didn't have many places in this slide, I didn't add many pictures in this. So this is a painting, and this is a ballet dance, and this is a photography. Even photography is an art because when you click a photography, it speaks to us. Something is there, some hidden message will be there. For example, you people have participated in the photography competition which was held during Independence Day and the Krishna Jayanti. So you have taken photos related to independence of India, and you have taken pictures, clicked pictures related to what Krishna Jayanti. So it does, you didn't write anything in that photo, but we did understood what was it, isn't it? So that is the art of photography. Then we communicate using music. So music doesn't come only when we sing, it comes also with these instruments. Then these are the different art forms in India, that is dance forms, classical dance forms in India. And this, there is something written, adventure waits. Obviously in this unit adventure waits, but this is calligraphy. This is also a form of art where we will be discussing more and more how does this work. Okay, so this calligraphy is another form of communication where you do some cursive writing. So for this we need special kind of pen, but still we will learn what it is. And here also there is a picture of dance. So these are the different ways people have been communicating from the olden day till now. We not only communicate using the language. Obviously language is the best way to communicate, but other than, every time we cannot communicate using a language, isn't it? Sometimes you feel, you don't feel confident in speaking to someone, or you don't feel it is the right thing to do. So at that time you do express yourself with different forms. So as I said, this unit is going to be really interesting. So I hope you understood what is this unit about. So let us meet in the next class. Till then, bye, take care.